Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. How are you? I hope every one of you is doing fine and keeping safe, especially during this awful moment where the whole world is facing the crazy COVID-19. My name is Egide. I am from Burundi, a small country that is located in East Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. I am the founder and the managing director of a non-profit called Burundi Light of Life Action, BLLA in acronym. This is a non-profit which is committed to achieve social transformation and transformational leadership in the rural, poorest provinces and communities of Burundi. Myself originate from one of those impoverished communities. As for profession, I am a United Nations volunteer. I work for the UNHCR, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. I work in the resettlement unit where we have thousands of Congolese refugees, Ugandan and Rwandans who fled their countries as a result of war, civil violence, rape, killings, torture, and discrimination. And those refugees cannot go back to their countries because those troubles and problems still exist. And as a way of finding a durable solution for them, the UNHCR collaborates with the resettlement countries, the United States of America, Canada, Australia, England, and Belgium to resettle all of those, to resettle eligible refugees. So my job is to travel to the 5 refugee camps that we have here in Burundi and conduct interviews with eligible refugees so that I make resettlement cases that I submit to one of those countries. I have also been working with the immigration teams of those countries and government agencies. I have been working with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, the USCIS, and the immigrations of all those countries that I have named. So, what is the purpose for the creation of Burundi Light of Life Action? This originated from the passion that I had and also from the tragedies and troubles that I went through when I was a little boy. I was born on 14th February 1989. In 1993, 4 years later, a terrible civil war broke out in this country, in Burundi, which killed thousands of civilians and other thousands of people fled to the neighboring countries. This war killed my mother. I was 4 years old. And then my family fled to Rwanda, where we lived for 1 year as refugees. So I became a refugee when I was 4 years old, and I became a refugee for 1 year. In 1994, a war broke out in Rwanda. This was a genocide, and we were obliged to come back to Burundi. In 1997, 3 years later, when I was now 7 years old, another civil war broke out in Burundi, which killed other thousands of civilians, and my father was included. So I became a complete orphan when I was 7 years old. I grew up in terrible hardships. My family was very poor, and my siblings were still very young. They couldn't handle and they couldn't afford and be able to raise me, take me to school and support me. So they they resorted to take me to the charity homes. I went to live in different orphanages from primary school all the way to secondary school and the university. I was still living in orphanage homes. So I saw the pain that I had to endure and to go through as a young boy, and I grew up with this commitment of, helping and supporting other young people, young girls and children who were suffering and going through the same tragedies that I went through. So when I finished university, I got a job with the UNHCR, and I said I am going to create something which is going to bring solution to the existing problems, and which is going to give hope to the children, orphan boys and girls, and young people from poorest rural areas and communities. So this is a passion that pushed me to create Burundi Light of Life Action to bring solutions to the existing problems and to alleviate the pain of those who are experiencing and going through the same tragedies that I went through as a little boy. In 2017, I was very much lucky to attend my first leadership training in Kenya, Nairobi. By the way, I attended a leadership training which was organized by YALI. This is Young African Leaders Initiative, which is an initiative which started by our President Barack Obama. And when I attended this program, I did public management track, and I was introduced to the civic leadership and business and entrepreneurship tracks. So I learned how to become a leader, how to manage people, how to find solutions to the existing problems, how to become an agent of change, how to contribute, how to become a contributor to the community, how to solve problems in the community. And at the end of this program, I had a great burden on my shoulders, and I said, I'm just going to come back home and start my own non-profit, which is going to bring those pressing social problems. So right now, my organization is sponsoring 12 orphan children, 6 boys and 6 girls, and one young lady at the university. And these children, they attend private schools for them to have a quality education. I believe in quality education because leaders of tomorrow must be leaders who are equipped with, skills and knowledge and experience that they need to make the contribution they want to see in their society. So right now, my non-profit is working on quality education access, where I give opportunity to orphan children and young people from rural communities, those impoverished communities, to have access to quality education they cannot afford to pay because they are from very humble social background. Myself, I am giving back to the community because I told you that when I was 7 years old, I became a complete orphan boy, and I was raised by the community. I was educated by the community. I attended quality high school and quality university because of the support and the assistance of people in the community. Then I said, I'm just going to give back to the community, and now I am using the salary, the money I get from my job to support and to sponsor other people, young people and children, to have access to the quality education. And this is the way of training them, empowering them, changing them, and especially preparing them to become the future leaders who are very much equipped with knowledge, skills, and capacity to lead and to influence and to change people and to change their communities. So my organization is having a project for the society. I have finished the blueprints of the community high schools that I want to build in those impoverished communities so that I give access to quality education to those young children and young people from those impoverished communities, from those, you know, families with very low economic status to access to the quality education. And in those high schools, I will incorporate the primary and the kindergarten level so that all children can come and learn. I also finished to do the blueprints of the community universities to give chance to the graduates, to the undergraduates, and adults, people in the community to attend higher education, quality higher education, to prepare them to become future leaders. And also, I have finished to make blueprints of the leadership training centers that I want to build in those impoverished communities so that I teach leadership, transformational leadership, to those people, to those kids, to those young people, to the adults in the community, so that they become knowing what is leadership, why, what can they contribute to the community. And I finally finished the blueprints of the community youth centers because I realized that in those communities there is no any public infrastructures or public settings where young people can come together and exchange information, exchange knowledge, skills, opportunities, discover their gifts, their talents, so so that they are not manipulated by intended politicians. So I said I'm just going to build the community youth centers where I will incorporate in the libraries, internet connectivity, so that young people, especially those in schools, can come and make a research online and connect themselves to the world, make friends online, make a research. And I will incorporate in different games, different activities that will unite young people, and so that they work towards a common goal in life. So this country is a country which has a history of repetitive civil wars, and young people, most of times, they are manipulated by politicians to discriminate other people, to perpetrate violence. And this is because there is no any place where young people after school they come and to concentrate themselves, to learn, to connect, and to reconcile mutually. All those infrastructures are purpose to bring these people together so that they actually build something together and discover themselves. So I am animated by four core values. The first one is Ubuntu. I believe very much in the fact that we are all equal, and this concept of Ubuntu says that I am because you are, and you are because I am. We share collective destiny as humans and a common world as people. So this concept of Ubuntu actually and literally changed the way you perceive other people, change the way you interact with other people, change the way you think of other people, you think about other people, because the way you think about other people determines the way you treat them. So if you have come to the conclusion that you are because someone else is, or because or someone else is because you are, this is actually going to change the whole game. So the second value is, I believe, in the in the fact of serving a cause greater than self. You know, I believe, I have this strong belief that life is sweet and and it is worth to be lived when you are uh, fighting for and pursuing something, a cause that is greater than your life, to especially to leave a legacy behind, to change the world, to bring an impact, and to influence people. So I do not, think small or believe in trivial ideas. I have to build something which goes beyond my own life. So my third value is integrity. Of course, integrity is something very important, because integrity means to do what is right, even if nobody's watching, which 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 is a quality that is lacking in most of young people and in most of leaders of today and in most of children, because they do not have examples, especially here in Africa. They do not, young people and young children do not have good examples of people who are exhibiting this quality of integrity. So you find people are not just doing what is right. They try to sneak in and to do something wrong. So I want to build this leadership training centers in those different uh, uh, impoverished communities and rural provinces, so that I teach those uh, qualities to the young people and to the adults in the community, so that they know that a leader is someone who is different from the rest of others by the way of life and by the way of values that they have to exhibit. And of course, my fourth value is teamwork and collaboration. I believe very much and very strongly that the challenges of this world are very bigger enough to be faced by one person. So together we can achieve big. That is why I prefer to collaborate with people. So my intention to apply for the Obama Foundation Scholars Program is because I know this program is supporting young people like me, especially people who are dreaming bigger and thinking bigger and who are doing bigger and who are planning to achieve big things in the community, to change the lives of people. So I know the Obama Foundation Scholars Program is all about exchange of knowledge, exchange of information, exchange of skills, exchange of experience, exchange of culture, and to create a very robust network of like-minded people. So this is an experience that right now I am lacking to become the person I want to become. There are right now the skills that I do not have in leadership, and there are some professional skills and experience that I lack, and there are some, and especially networking opportunity that I lack to become the person I want to become. And these skills, the fact that I lack them, they make me a very limited person in my social mandate and my leadership action plans. So I just want to come to this program, so that when I come back, now I give back to the community based on what I have learned. I told you that when I went to Kenya during yearly program, I came back and I created my non-profit, which is now changing the lives of people. Of course, if I come to this program, this will be a great add-on. It will unlock my power, my capacity, my potential, and my skills. I will come to network with people. I come to learn and have access to those skills that I am lacking right now. So this is a program I think I was looking for and I need, and especially what I like about this program, it is because it is sponsoring and supporting people like me who are from very humble social background, people like me who are from nowhere but who have bigger dreams for the society. People like me who are from nowhere but who are already making changes in their communities. People like me who are from nowhere but who are living to serve a cause greater than self. So I know this is a program which has been designed for me, and then to come back and give back to the community. So thank you very much for choosing me. I have a strong belief that I'll be chosen for this program, and together we can make a change. Together we can change the world. Together there's nothing we cannot do, because I also believe in the fact that we came to this earth because there was something that we were created with, that the humanity today will be in need of, and that we will bring out to change the lives of people. Thank you very much.